On a tiny lake, 20 minutes away from the closest town, way out in the northeastern part of Ontario, sat an abandoned island. My extended family owns a cabin on that small lake, and every summer I'd look across the water at the mysterious island and wonder why I never saw anyone there. I'd heard stories of the family that used to own it, but nobody really knew what had happened to them. Decades went by, and the island's only visitors were the occasional fisherman or kayaker taking a little pause on their trip. There was a dock with a patio chair that sat in the water, just like any other active cottage, but this one never moved, despite year after year passing. Eventually, the chair fell over, prompting me to finally visit the island. The cabin was unlocked, but secure from the elements or wildlife. An outhouse across the pathway had collapsed in on itself, and the remains of an old canoe rotted away on the ground. Nobody had been taking care of this place for a very long time, so I didn't feel too bad about taking a look around. The interior was nothing like I'd expected. It looked like the family had gone home for the winter and planned to return, but never did. The pantry was stocked, spice jars lined the cabinets, a wide selection of books and board games sat in the living room. The beds were made and clothes still hung in the closet. Photographs of the happy couple that once called this place their home away from home still hung above the bed. The entire cabin was full of oil and gas lanterns, as there was no power supply on the island. It was truly like stepping back into a simpler time without modern technology. Despite it being incredibly hidden and therefore easy to reclaim items from, I took only photos. The next couple of years went by, and still the island sat vacant. A bad ice storm over the winter months pushed the dock out of the water, and it fell apart on the shore. I anxiously awaited the summer, when the cabin would come crashing down too. After decades of dereliction, in 2019 there was action on the island. I asked some of the neighbors, and the information I gathered was mixed, but from what I understood, the original owners had passed away. Their kids had no interest in the property and forgot about it. When the deed owner passed, their children discovered this piece of property that they supposedly now owned and went to go check it out. They negotiated a new launch point, as the original one used when the cabin was built was now private property. They built a new dock and began camping on the island while renovating the cabin. They even sold some of the antiques inside to fund their renovation. There's now life again on the island, and the little cabin is being modernized. The moral of this story is, even when you think that nobody cares about a property, why else would it be abandoned, right? There's probably somebody out there that does. So treat them with respect, don't take things that aren't yours, and if you want a place to stay in good condition, be careful what you post about it.